Good morning, barefoot running people, faces of Dave family. Oh, David Scoggins. I hope I was not snoring. It's a great morning. Any of you guys have any problems like that snoring? Well, I was given a simple solution, and here it is. This thing here. What is this? A Cpap machine. That's right. Every night I need to wear this so you don't hear me. Every night I have to wear this. Looks like I have on a running mask, doesn't it? So let's talk about this Cpap, and let's just give the story as I'm getting up. We'll go talk about this. Hello everybody. So it's me, just to give my story. So the question is, how did it all begin? Where did it all start from? Well, when I was younger and I used to live in my home with my parents, I used to realize and notice that my mother and my father snored quite a bit. And I said, oh my God, that is so loud. I would be in the bedroom, sleeping in a whole different bedroom, but I can hear them snoring in a whole different room. I'm like, oh, that's too much. That's crazy. So I'm like, what's going on with them? So I used to make fun of it. Oh man, they're just snoring all loud. And so as I've gotten older, I began to have people tell me, David, you snore too. I'm like, me? Nah. But then I started hearing myself as I've been going to sleep. I'm like, I make those noises like, oh my God, that's me. So I realized that, oh yeah, they're telling the truth. I really do snore. I mean, I'd wake myself up. I don't know if any of you all have ever done that. I wake myself up. Like, what? Who was that? I said, somebody in the room though. That was you. So what ended up happening is I went on a training exercise with one of my coworkers, and we had to share rooms. Of course, I was embarrassed to do that. I went to sleep before he did. He heard me snore and said the same thing. Said, well, he was watching me as I was sleeping, and he's like, oh, look at Scoggins. That brother is struggling trying to breathe. And then, so he told me the next morning. Of course, he made fun of me, got over it. But he said, brother, you probably need to go check and see. You might have sleep apnea because you sound just like I did, and I had to go get the machine, which is what I already showed you guys. Sleep, well, that's the bag and stuff. That is the end, but you got to go get the machine. So, yeah, so I went to the doctor, and I said, hey, I'm snoring, and they said I might have sleep apnea. So I said, okay, we're going to give you the test to see if you have the sleep apnea. So I said, that's fine. So what I did was set up an appointment. I went to him that night and basically had all these things. Well, before that, of course, he had to check on me and make sure. He had to open my mouth and check the back of my throat and see if it was closed. So apparently, if you open your mouth, you see I have all those feelings too, but do you see? If you open your mouth, you see how you can't see that opening in my throat? I have to struggle to make you see that, but apparently your tongue rolls back there when you sleep, and that stops you from breathing, and that makes you snore. He says, oh, brother, it looks like you have sleep obstruction, which of course is sleep apnea. So then, of course, that's when he had to do the test for me. And I'm like, how can I do that? Because apparently how can that be me? Because apparently from what I heard was, sleep apnea, that'd be somebody who would possibly be obese or have a weight issue, but it said no. So apparently it must have been genetic that I would even be snoring like that. So he had me come to his office, had to go to his office, a building where they test sleep patients, had all these things taped to my chest, to my throat, side of my head to monitor my sleep patterns. And he had to sleep in the office, or sleep in this little bedroom that was in the office all night. We'll have to test results in the morning, and so, oh my God, you basically stopped breathing over half the night. And so that kind of explained why I had been not getting any sleep, because I have not been breathing. And that's why because that's my body trying to say, hey, you need air. And it was in one time I felt like I was being suffocated. So now I know it's a genetic thing. I have it. It's not a size thing. Yeah, I go running, but guess what? I still snore. If I sleep on my back, it's a problem. But I've heard that sleeping on your back is better than sleeping on your side. I don't know, you guys put your comments in the box, let me know. But I sleep on my back. I have to put this thing on my face so I can breathe. So I noticed the difference. The doctor told me to test when I had this thing on. You saw when I did the machine. So it's a big difference. My sleep is much better. I did notice when I had this on, I'm more rested in the morning time. So there's definitely a big difference with the machine and without the machine. And what's so funny with this machine, I realize when I'm traveling and going to the airport, a lot of people have this. Shout out to ResMed. That's the people who do that. I'll put a link in there, ResMed. A lot of people have that when they go to the airport. I was thinking I was kind of isolated, but everybody, a lot of people had the machine. So when you take it in, I thought I'd have a problem going through the security checks. I mean, they just scan the thing right in. I just leave it zipped up, and apparently that's like the norm. It just scans right in the machine, through the little machine, goes right through. Don't open it and check it, and they're just used to the sleep apnea machines. So everywhere I go, if you go travel anywhere, the machine is right there on the nightstand. It's plugged up, and I have to admit, I confess, there's some nights I don't like to wear it because I can't move my neck around, because this little tube kind of prevents movement going on. I sound like me. I am your father. I am your father. That was a horrible Darth Vader impersonation. But that's how I sound. But anyway, yeah, you have to wear that everywhere you go. Just have a good night's rest. So I tote the thing around with me if I go someplace. It's like the norm. I get new equipment every so often. I just have to live with it. I just have sleep apnea because of that small opening in the back of my throat. If you're snoring, if you haven't checked it out, you should probably go get checked. That's probably what it is. Have the doctor check the back of your throat. Get a sleep study done on you. Stay in the office. They'll give you your results. That should be about it. So that's my sleep apnea story. Thanks so much for listening. And if you hear me snoring at night, still thank you for listening to the snoring. Anyway, be happy, enjoy life, be you. This is David Scoggins, Faces of Dave Family. I am signing out. It's time to get a good night's sleep. Thanks for listening. I'm turning in again.